Hello, hello, everyone. Patriot 5 and Patriot 6 here. Sorry, we're a little late. I'm having all kind of trouble with my phone. I was exchanging a couple messages last night with Cindy because we're trying to figure a time to talk maybe tomorrow if its phone's working. I don't know because she's got to work tonight. But I never know when my phone's going to work right or work wrong. But we're so close to the new ones that I hate like heck going out and spending $150 or $200 for a new phone to keep it for a couple of days, because I really believe we're close. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But, you guys were patient. We've got 26 people on already. Usually when I first come on, there's no one here. But I want to welcome Bill and Jeffrey and Nat. And I got a little gematria for tonight, got some information for tonight. And I don't expect a very big crowd because, the hat and Elon is supposed to be talking now. According to my sources, where I was hooked up with them a little bit ago, they're over an hour late already. And I guess with the hat, I'd like to just walk up to him and just, for a better word, I'd like to just bitch slap him because, I'm tired of giving my life away so he can have fun. And that's what it is. He's late for everything now. But, we're supposed to wait because he is the king. And I'm not down on him. I'm just tired. I'm tired of planning to get things done and get things ready. Oh, he's supposed to be on 6 o'clock with Eli tonight. That's great. I can watch him for an hour before we come to do this. I actually considered canceling the show and just doing a recorded one this afternoon. And I thought, no, why? And then my exact reasons I didn't do it was because I said, no, why? Who knows what time he'll come on anyway? He might not be on till 10 o'clock tonight. What's the excuse going to be tonight? He was out in his boat, a yacht, and he ran out of gas. My vibrations are up, guys. I'm excited. I'm just tired of being lied to. If they want to lie to me about what's going on, that's part of the game. But when a man tells you, I'm going to be here then. Now, here's a man that wants to run for what? We know he already is what. So if he gets elected, that's his job. Now, I want every one of you to think, and especially as senior citizens, because we worked a lot longer than a lot of people who's younger. But if you went into a job and every time you were supposed to be there, you were late by an hour or two, how long would you have kept it? But yet he wants our vote so he can go play. We like to play too, Mr. Hat. Excuse me, I'm just a little upset. And I think a lot of this frustration is my phone because we should have been to the redemption centers. We should have the new phone. 3 days ago, we were told they're getting the money in 2 other countries. 2 other countries. We're supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and we're not leading? Doesn't sound to me like the leadership is where it's supposed to be. How long are you going to blame it on Sleepy? He's even out of the picture. I don't think he remembers he was what he was supposed to be. But then, when you wish for someone to be gone, we need to start watching what we wish for. Because it's whatever they got in there, not what is she? I can think of a 5-letter word, IDIOT. My goodness, you ask her a question and she asks you, well, let me see. What do I think? What do I think about Ukraine? Ukraine is a country. Ukraine is a small country. Russia is a bigger country over by Ukraine, and they're having trouble getting along. Wait a minute. What was the question again? They're idiots. Guys, I'm going to say the pledge, and I'm going to play the music, and I'm going to get in a good mood. And when I come back, I won't be so condescending. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Things were gone. I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start.
He was 1-0. He just threw a strike, but it's still 1-0. He just threw another strike, and it's still 1-0. What the hell is going on?
Where the flag still stands for freedom.
He's throwing 3 pitches.
Can't take that away.
The ball player was proud
to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I'm next to you, and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt of this land. God bless the USA. Next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God like us, please love you.
Yes, yes, yes. God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American. Who was that guy that was on here earlier? No, guys, I'm sorry for my rant and raving. It's, because I don't like that. I don't like to do that, but sometimes it has to be said. For me, it's not even so much sometimes it has to be said. For me, it's I have to get it out of my system. I'm trying to decide all day. Do I just do a recording and I get in touch with everyone and say, hey, due to the hat and Elon's supposed to talk tonight, because this is supposed to be the talk that's supposed to change our world. Yeah, okay. So before I go into the children, our kids, please let it note that I forgot what it no. Please let it note that this video is not meant for children. If they watch it under the discretion, and permission of their parents, grandparents, or legal guardians, or whatever, as long as they have permission from an adult. The music played in tonight's show is for entertainment purposes only. We have no legal rights to it. We use it for the fact that it's kind of like our theme song, plus the fact we like it, and we use it for them reasons. Now, Super Jimmy, As I said, my phone was screwing up all weekend. That's why I did not get that video over to your mom. I will try to do it later tonight. She might have already seen it. I don't know. But that's the reason I didn't get it over. But, you know, the gist of it is these beds are being used in 2 different countries right now, and they're having tremendous success with it. So at some point, we're going to get them here. When we get them here, then everything will be a go for us also. And it'll be all good. Patriot Karate Kid and Patriot Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold, strong. We're in a situation here that, you know, I know your mom is really busy. She gives up a lot for you kids, and I hope that every day you give her a hug and even a kiss. Don't be afraid to give your mom a little kiss. Don't be embarrassed. Be a leader. Be the kids that your mom's raising you to be. Patriot 11. You know, can't wait for you to ride horses on our ranch. And we'll have one. We're not exactly sure when, but we'll have one. You know, probably could have had it by now if the way I started the show off, people would quit having so much fun and would do what they need to do. Patriot Boogie, Boogs, Boogaloo, and Boogaroo. You know, Grandpa John's been sending me pictures of Boogie. What a handsome little boy. He sent me that one the other day, and I opened it, and I finally got back with him. And what an amazing, amazing young man. And John, you should be so happy and so proud. Patriot Little Leona, I haven't got nothing from you lately. Uncle Ralph's wondering if you're mad at him, but I know you're not. It's summer. Kids are supposed to play in pictures. Kids are supposed to play. Ron just told me they sent him to him. He's supposed to transfer him, but okay. Oh, he's supposed to show them to me. Okay. I knew you weren't mad at me. Patriot Little Leilana, I did see you on Facebook the other day, and you're growing, and I just thank God every day for you, because I know what it's like to go through what you went through with what we had to go through with Patriot Little Kira. And it's not fun, but you proved that you're ready. You want to show the world who you are. Patriot Princess, our queen, our ball player, in essence, our everything. I just got a message from Jana, and Jana is one of my gematrias for tonight. She sent me her first name, middle name, and I really wish that everybody would do this, but I'll talk to that in a little bit because this is a kids section. Jana told me that Patriot Hunter saved his money and bought himself something. And you know, I can remember as a kid, we was a very poor family, and I can remember working in the beans, walking beans, shelling corn, detasseling corn, delivering newspapers, you know, working in a hatchery. And the only thing I got paid working in the hatchery was I could take home all the eggs that I could take home. And I would take a tremendous amount home. And my mom would sell them to my aunts and uncles and cousins. And, you know, we had a little business going. And I remember, you know, when there's something you want, and you could go because you saved the money, because you worked to do it. I used to work in a cafeteria at school. You know why my friends was enjoying lunch? I was taking the garbage to the incinerator and burning. You know, I didn't get to eat lunch. because I was busy working on my hour to hour and a half break that I had then. Because I always set, after while the lunch hour was on, I always set it up that I had a study hall first period after, so I could continue to work another 40 minutes and make a little more money. So I understand what he's doing when you do that and you buy something on your own, the feeling, and I just think it's the greatest thing in the world that he did this. Patriot Princess, our little queen, Haley, she is learning how to become a catcher. Haley loves the game of softball, and she's good at it. But she's not resting on her laurels that I play here and I'm good here. No, she wants to be the best for the team, so she's learning another position. And I can relate to her on that, like I told Jana when I wrote her back. My first 2 years I played ball, I was a catcher. Not bragging, but I was the best player on the team because we lost the two best players because of age and they moved them up to the All-Stars. But I was a catcher the first 2 years, but then all of a sudden, another kid wanted to catch 1 year. So I said, okay, I'll play wherever you want me to. And that's what I started to do the rest of the way I played all the way through high school. Where I was needed is I was always going to play. But I might play left field one day. I might play center field. I might play right. I didn't pitch much. I only pitched once or twice in my whole career. But I'm amazed at Haley for doing this, and as you guys know, I brag her up. I've never met her. I want to because she's such an amazing little girl. And I'm going to meet all the kids. Patriot Super Gymnast. I took Patriot 7, her little brother Liam, fishing again Saturday. And we went to this pond and we caught a couple of holes full of crappie. Any fishermen here know when you catch a hole if it's crappie in it, you catch them almost every cast out. Well, we caught 34 crappie that day, me and him. But Patriot Super Gymnast looked at me and says, Papa, when are we going to have another day? So I got to figure out a day here coming up. They're already making plans for when they go back to school that maybe one day after they get in school a few weeks after the Labor Day and they're doing good, maybe one afternoon I'll pick one of them up and we'll say we're going to go here, and instead we'll go to, like Patriot Gymnast, we may go to a movie. I'll pick Patriots 7 up and we'll say we're going to do this. Amber's just going to say my dad's got to pick them up. They got something they got to do, and we're going to go fishing. And that's how I always treated my kids. And I'm not saying I was right or wrong. Some people say you can't take your kids out of school. Why? They're learning more about life. They're learning more about the world. They're learning more than they are in school. I mean, we got teachers in school. We got teachers in school that won't even make a kid stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And I think I told this story that I seen the video the other day on TikTok. And a young boy in the video, the teacher said it's time for the Pledge of Allegiance. And then the teacher says, but if you don't want to stand and you don't want to say it, you don't have to. This young boy was the only one that stood to say the Pledge of Allegiance. He looked around and he was just mystified at why people would disrespect their country like that. He stood and he started saying it, and these kids are all laughing and joking and making, noise, and all of a sudden he got about halfway through and he stopped, and the teacher said, is there something wrong? He said, yeah. I don't believe that you should give the kids the right not to stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance. This is for our country. This is our flag. And I believe everybody should stand and say it when you're in a classroom like this. But that's your decision. You're the teacher. But why don't you be the teacher and tell them to at least respect me while I'm saying the Pledge of Allegiance? Could you tell them to please shut up? And the teacher was dumbfounded and didn't know what to do. It was like she was a deer with her caught in the headlights of a car at night. She didn't know what to do. But we're going to change all that, kids. We're going to change all that. You will be standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. You will respect the flag. Because see, if not, maybe we'll go back to what like was like when I was a kid. You know, someone asked me, did you ever get spanked from your teacher or your principal with a ruler? I said, heck no. Oh, you was a good kid, huh? I said, no, not particularly great. I was a mischievous person. But they didn't waste no little 12-inch old ruler on you. He had a big old yardstick. And you get a teacher that's a pretty good sized guy and very athletic, and when he cracks you on the rear end with a yardstick, let me tell you this, it feels it. And that's what's wrong. And kids, I'm loving you all. I do. And I'm sure all of you kids are great in school, and you mind and you stand for the national anthem and you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm sure of it. But I'm just saying, there's kids that don't. And when you let kids disrespecting the flag in a country, then we got to take it back and stop it. And if the teacher don't want to make them, then they don't deserve to be a teacher. And if I offend some teachers, I could give a rat's ass if I offend you right now. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, Patriot, Small Hank, I've been having a lot of fun with him the last few days. I pick on him all the time. And he looked at me and says, why are you always so mean to me? I said, I'm not mean to you. If I was mean to you, why are you sitting here laughing? Truthfully, I mean, why are you laughing if I'm mean to you? Oh, I don't know. So I went a couple of days, and I didn't pick on him. And he looks at me this morning before he got ready to go, whatever him and his mom and Patriot little Kira was going to do. He went, and he looked at me, he says, Grandpa Hank, I said, what you need, little man? He said, are you mad at me? I said, no, I love you. Why? What's wrong? And he goes, you're not picking on me for about 2 days now. I was just thinking maybe you was mad at me. I said, no, I'm not mad at you. See the mentality of a child? They say you're picking on him, you're mean to him. And all the while I pick on him, and I tickle him, and I slap box him and whatever, you know. He's laughing like crazy. And then he goes to his dad, and he tells his dad, he says, I had a great time with Grandpa Hank. And then there's a little monkey. And she's very, very excited because Mommy goes back to school on Wednesday. Now, she's not real excited about that because Patriot 7 and Patriot Super Gymnast don't go back to school on Wednesday. So Papa and Grandpa's got to go over and babysit them all day. And she's excited about that, but she says to her mom, well, when am I going to get my grandpa all to myself? Like, I love it. You know, so she's looking forward to the rest of the week after that. And then the following week, she still doesn't go to preschool yet. She doesn't go to the following week after that. So I'll have her 2 or 3 days in the afternoon the following week and that. So she's really looking forward to it. She says, Grandpa, I miss my mommy going to go back to school, but she says, at least I have you coming. And it makes you feel like $100 million. You know, so anyway, that takes care of the kids. And kids, just be good and respect the flag, stand for it. And I wanted to end it like that, guys, because, you know, the Olympics is over. And I've been reading and watching some videos on TikTok that there's some people that won medals in our country. And you know, if you win a gold medal in our country, they play the national anthem. Wow, they play the national anthem. And there's a couple of them that didn't stand. You know what? Let them stay in France. We don't want them back here. We don't need them. Because that goes right into, I was reading today where Bruce Springsteen says if the Hat is elected president, he's leaving the United States. Well, you know what? You are leaving it because you're probably going to a place, you know, that ends in Mo. I used to think he was one of the greatest performers out there. I won't even listen. I mean, there 2 or 3 of his songs I really love. I won't even listen to his music now from what he is. And then we have our favorite, everyone. We have that Whoopi, whatever her name is. You know who I'm talking about? We have her. And this was so funny because on TikTok it says, she says that if the hat takes over as the president in 2024, she's leaving the USA. One guy comments and says, well, you better, when you get on a plane, which will help you get there, no problem. I've got a pickup truck that we can probably hoist you up, and you'd have plenty of room in the back seat, in the back of the pickup truck. But when you get on a plane, you better, if it's a 3-seater across, you better pay for all 3 seats. Because who's going to sit by you? There's going to be no room. And I'm not getting on the lady because she's fat. I'm getting on the lady because of what she is. And get out of our country if you don't respect our flag and respect the United States of America. The hat says we're going to make America great again. America still is great. We're just not showing our stuff. Because the man that's going to make it great again is having too much fun. I love him. I do. I'd love to go see him and go golfing with him. Truthfully, I'd rather go golfing with his granddaughter because she's a better player. Do you hear that, hat? She is. And you can't. And the thing I love about that is he can't get in her head. Because that's what he is. He's a mind game, guys. He's good at it. He can say things. And I mean, the last time I watched him talk, I don't really know what he said, but there were some things he did say that had me in tears laughing so hard. You know, and it was just amazing. Margot, Patriot Savior, sent me this. The Empire State Building gets destroyed on the 13th. Done in 30 from original post, July 12th, is tonight, August 12th. Construction, March 17th, 1930 to 1132 months ago. 11.5 V for Vendetta, released March 17th, 2006. Coincidence. On March 17, 2024, Empire State Building posted lit up green light, 5.5. Or it's not a point, it's the 2 dots, one up top of the other. 5.5. Watch California, watch New York, August 10. That guy that has the island died in New York, August 11th. Robin Williams died in CA, California. May 1, 1931, Empire State Building opens in New York City. 1,119 months, 11 days ago. World's tallest building until the World Trade Center in 1970. I always thought the Sears Tower overtook that, but I may be wrong. Located on 34th Street, Q Post 34, prepare for the emergency broadcast system. FEMA alert, test October 4th, 2023. 10 months, 10 days from August 14th. Ten days ahead of schedule, August 12th. Empire State Building blew up in Independence Day, and King Kong stood on top of it in 1933. Time for the Ape Empire to take over. Song, Skyscraper, released July 12th by Devo Lovato, done in August 30th. Done in 30, August 12th. Movie Skyscraper, starring The Rock, released July 13th, done 30 August 13. In 2022, EBS ranked 54th tallest. EBA ranked 54th tallest in the world 45. Wikipedia, photo, ESP lit with green light, ESB, not ESP, green light. Developed in 1893 as a Waldorf Astoria Hotel, John Jacob Astoria, Titanic, Fed creation. Empire State Building destroyed same time. Fed is abolished, destroying Emerald City. They told us at the beginning of the year, follow Astor. It starts when it began. January 2nd, 2024, explosion on Roosevelt Island, New York City, Upper State Side, and Astoria, Astor's bloodline, J.P. Morgan Chase. Next to Hunters Point, Hunters became the Hunted. Was owned by Henry Crown General Dynamics. The name Henry origin means ruler crown, King Charles. I didn't know that. I'm a ruler crown. That's my middle name. Jared Leto jumping from the entire Empire State Building in an orange jumpsuit on November 9th, signaling their 9/11 and the fall of Mars and the rise of the ape empire. Jesse Smollett, a.k.a. Jamal Lyon on Empire, is found guilty in 2021. Empire is crumbling. Time for the return of the lion, the hat. He returns to X tonight, August 12th. This is the End was released June 3rd, exactly 71 days from August 13th. This is the End. D-Class begins August 25th. The movie is over. Empire State Building posted red, white, and blue on May 22nd, exactly 88 days, August 18th, the same day the hat executive order for sanctioning anyone involved in election fraud turned 71 months old, or 5 years, 11 months old. The day before the DNC, where they geostorm the Democratic National Convention, or the military steps in and arrests them all for treason. Remember the 5th of November. It had to be this way. The military is the only way. Happy Independence Day, August 18th. That's a lot. I'm not saying I understood all of it. I hope you guys did. And then you can explain it to me. Just joking. Isn't this a fabulous cup? Look at this. This was given to me for my birthday. That's my dad. That's my mom. That's what it says. The cup says, I have 2 angels in heaven, and I call them Mom and Dad. So, thank you, Margot, for sending that. That was really good. The other thing you sent me, it opened earlier. It will not open now. I see Diane just sent me something again. I wanted to see. Oh, Diane, she sent me something. Oh my God, I love this, but I haven't had a chance to look at it, so we will move on. So, where are we at, everybody? Does anybody really know? I think I got an idea. I think we're ready to go, but I'm not going to say it, guys, because quite frankly, I love yous all, but I'm getting tired of when I say we're close. I mean, would you rather me sit here and say, I don't think it's going to happen? You know what? Why are we wasting? Would you rather me sit here and do that? Because quite frankly, I'm getting a little annoyed at the people. And, and I know it's none of you guys. I know who it is. Guys, we know who it is. But I don't care. I'm just, I would like to ask one thing. I see Curly's here. I see Bill Woods is here. Who else? Jeffrey's here. Guys, I'm still waiting to do a gematria on some guys. David Duffy, send me your whole name and your middle name. If you don't want to send your middle name, just send your initial. If you guys don't feel comfortable giving me your whole name, because it's a crap world out there, guys. Things are happening, and they're happening everywhere. I mean, it's not just a little bit. They're happening everywhere. Case in point, I'm sitting here with Ron today. We had just finished lunch, and I'm sitting here, and my phone rings. I don't answer my phone too much because if I see it's someone from you guys, a regular number, and this was a regular number, it was actually a number from Hersher. So I answered, and it was my bank. And they said, the girl on the other end, she used to live right across the street from me here in town. And she said, Ralph, did you order from such and such? And it was an ungodly amount of money. I didn't know I had that much in there to cover it. And I said, no. I said, what is it? She said, exactly how I thought. And she explained to me what it was, but that's irrelevant at the point. I had no clue what it was. And she said, well, we blocked it. We didn't do anything. But she says, we think it would be wise. And before she could tell me what she thought would be wise, I said, can we cancel that card and I get a new one? She said exactly what I was going to say. So my bank looked out for me. And, I know banks are in some cases bad, but the one thing I'll say about the State Bank of Hersher, they do very good at watching out for their people. Because there's just people out there that somehow they get your information. And I mean, it's a debit card for my bank is what I have. But I never use the debit card. I always use it in credit because, you put your password in there and heck, anybody can steal it. So just be careful. There's also a very, very bad message going around on social media. If you get something from me, from any of, and you need to pass this on to your family members because, most of you probably are aware of it being this group, but it's very nasty. It says very, very, very nasty things. We're not going to talk to one another like that. Who did I just see was on? Bill's on and Curly's on and, Mike and God, is all that's on is guys tonight? Where's my girls? Girls must be over listening to the Hat and what's his name. But anyway, I'm not going to send you anything bad. So if you get it, not to open it. Just don't open it if you get anything from anybody, because that's just a new way they're doing to try to get us. So just be careful. So I've got some more things, but I'm going to do the gematria right now. And I had two people who was kind enough to send me their name so I could do the gematria on there. Pamela Streb and Jana Sue Taylor. I love that name. So I'm going to do them. And then I also did one because this is my favorite president. No offense to Hat, but this is my favorite president. JFK. And I've been wanting to do a gematria on him. And I did the gematria. JFK is still alive. John Kennedy is still alive. And I'm going to read them three to you. And then we'll move on to the rest of the show. Pamela Streb, 112. Kamala Harris. Decode Titanic, Victory. Hold the Line, World Cup, Connection, Burger King. Now that one should be under Linda because Linda loves Burger King. Telepathy, Jesus Bride, Eyes Closed, Your Name, Eternal Flame, You Are a God, The Last Dance, Scare Event, Imagination, Wickedness, Beloved of God, Showtime, Vatican Sin, next phrase, I Am the Light, Angel Number, Time is Up. And when you think of these guys, some of this stuff, if you're listening and paying attention here, some of these things, I mean, they're things, Scare Event. We're always talking about scare events. Showtime. We're always talking about that. Vatican sin. How much have we talked about that? Angel numbers. I remember when Bobby used to be on with us, he was always talking about angel numbers. Time is up. That's what we keep hearing, but we just aren't getting it. Decode the Titanic. You know, we always thought the Titanic was something terrible, and now we don't even know if it's real. The Last Dance. I mean, when you look at these things, every person that does gematria on their channels, which one is it? The Chosen one that does a lot of gematria, Ronnie?
Oh no, it's
Tessie, or Tressie. She does a lot of gematria, and one of the things you always hear her say is, "You just can't make this stuff up." I didn't put down Pamela Streb, or Streb. I hope I'm announcing it right. Could be Strebe. I didn't put her name down there and make this stuff up. You're welcome to go and take her name and double check if you think I'm wrong. But I got no reason to lie to you. But it was 112 for Pamela. So then I took Pamela A. Strebe. 113, because the A gives you one more. I felt right there, I felt like Harris, the sleepy lady, the dopey lady. I felt like her because I felt like I made a statement, but then I had to, like when they ask her a question, she asks you the same question right back. She never answers the question. But before I go any further, did you guys happen? There's one of my girls. No, it's not. But anyway, did you see the video where when she imitated the hat, when she started using what the hat's policies are going to be, things that she was totally against, now all of a sudden she's using them as hers and saying he copied them. Well, if he copied them, how was he saying them first? But that's not the important part, because all these people that was at this convention for her, they just got out and left in droves. She was screaming, "Come back, come back!" Going to the Wizard of Oz, and him. And then wait, Pamela A. Streb, Kobe Bryant. What have we heard about him? Apocalypse. Oh, Michael Jordan. Trumpet. This Is It. Universe. Salvation. White Hats. The Creator. Operation. The Name of God. Protest. Following. Black and white. What are we always talking about? Black hats and white hats. And I love her. Let's roll. The Answer. Resistance. Be not deceived. Secret plan and God's house. I'll say it and keep saying it. You can't make this stuff up. Janice Sue Taylor, 162. Let that sink in. The Invisible Man. Year of the Dragon. XRP Moontime. Goodbye Forever. She Who Renews. Great Solar Flash. We're always hearing about these solar flashes. Last President. The Holy Ghost. Market Plunge. Love, love, love. Beatles say it. All we need is love. Da 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 da. All we need is love. I'm not going to sing it. It's a good song and I don't want to ruin it. Can't read the next one. Robert F. Kennedy. Forever Living. Heavens Exposed. Too Much Water. Rivers and Birds. There you go. The last two about water. What have we been told since the beginning? Watch the water. Watch the water. Janet Taylor, 117. White Rabbit. Jim, Jim, sorry. Humility. Market crash. Oh, yeah. Chosen by God. The wise man. Welcome home. Chosen ones. Bruce Wayne. Da 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 da. Yeah, I should have did a Batman one. The fallen one. God the Father. Field of Dreams. Any of you ever went there? That was supposed to be my birthday present from my daughter when I was 65, but we haven't made it there yet. I will. I promise I will make it there. It's go time. DNA of Christ. Ring my bell. Flesh and blood. In your face. Divine love and good evening. The last one, JFK is still alive. Meaning of numbers. Level playing field. Back to the Future, XRP, The Storm. The Wizard of Oz. You were chosen. God answered you. Exit the Matrix. When does a bird sing? Happy New Year. As white as snow. I do it by numbers. Justice is coming. Trump meets God. Spear of Destiny. Precious metals. Back to the Future. Election was rigged. Copyright laws. And if you just listen to them, oh. John Kennedy is still alive, 280. Freemason number calculation. He shall come as a thief in the night. You know what time it is. Lord Christ, the second coming. Vision of the Hebrew Bible. Lord Jesus Christ force. Decode destroying the pyramids knowledge. No, the pyramids. Do not eat off the tree of knowledge. Sometime happiness comes. That's the government's job. Gifted channeling of all, mighty God. Good luck getting comfortable. The creator of the universe. I am that. I am most holy angel. To whom will you liken me? You are the true prophet. Welcome to the great awakening. Surrender to good Lord. Holy blood of Jesus Christ. So what's your secret code? I'm well worth waiting for. Now, as I read these, I know there's some of you on here that could care less about gematria. But listening to Tessie, or whatever her name is, listening to her, and her getting me back into it, because I used to really like it, and we had a lady that used to do gematria when we was listening and watching that bearded guy. I can't think of his name. But just doing that and going through everything, you know, it's really, really quite amazing. And, you know, I asked you guys to Paycation, Paycation, 1954 at yahoo.com to send me your first and your last name. If you don't, first, last name, and middle name or middle initial. If you don't want to have your middle name or middle initial in there, just send me a message and say, okay, this is David Duffy, Ralph, it's okay. Patriot Dana 1111. If it's okay with you, I can just do a Patriot Dana and then a Patriot Dana 1111. Now, I'm not going to put the ones like they are. I'll spell O-N-E, 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 O-N-E. If you don't mind that, just let me know. Because I really think that this adds a little bit to the show. And, information out there right now is getting hard to find, even though everything you're hearing. I mean, I can honestly sit here on Monday night and say that I took a big part of the weekend off. I got away. My phone wasn't working good, and I didn't feel like getting frustrated, and I didn't do a whole lot, but I did some. I didn't see that Mark is very, very high on everything going because he really believes that this is the week that Iraq is going to really do what they need to do. And, my feelings about Iraq is it really Iraq that's holding us up, or is it the hat? Because I don't know. I mean, how many times are they going to tell us they posted in the cassette, but then all of a sudden they didn't post in the cassette? How many times are they going to tell, well, it's on the screen. Hey, it's already being done in 2 countries. Well, if it's being done in 2 countries, remember, 209 countries have sworn together. They've all signed papers that we all go. Why is 2 countries getting the reaps and the rewards of these, beautiful beds, and they're getting paid? And how many times are they going to pay these bonds people? How many weeks in a row are they going to say, hey, they finally started paying the bonds people? Are they paying the same ones over and over and over again? That's the song, over and over and over again. So, Britain 2024, if we can't afford winter fuel payments for pensioners who've paid taxes for 50 years, we definitely can't afford to pay for hotels for people who've entered Britain illegally and never paid tax for 1 day. Make it sense. And I'm reading that about Britain, but I also seen this exact same thing out there about Canada. And then on TikTok today, I seen where there was 5,000 people at the border trying to come in all at once, or 50,000 people. It's got to stop, guys. Quite frankly, I like the idea of being proud to be an American. I like the idea of being happy and feeling safe. I don't like the idea of whenever I go out, if I bump into someone, do I know if it's a legal person in the United States or someone that they have nothing, nothing's going to happen to them. I mean, if we go out and we speed 5 miles over the speed limit, we get a ticket. They come in and they do anything. They go in the store, they pick up what they want, they walk out the door, and nothing's said. Or, what might be said is, the manager might say, well, here, let me buy that for you. People, elected officials, bringing these people in, just welcoming them in. Sleepy and Dopey, both of them just happy as can be because they think that these people that we have to have driver's license, we have to register to vote when we're United States citizens. But let's bring these hundreds of thousands, millions of people and just say you can vote. No, you get the hell out of my country and you don't come back. If you come back legally. And then I'll welcome you with open arms. But if you're illegal, get the hell out of the country. The HAT's executive orders 13818 confiscated private and corporate assets seized the NYSE, blocking the property of those involved in serious human rights abuses or corruption. Yeah. Human trafficking. 13848 imposes certain sanctions in the event of foreign interferences in any of the United States choice. 13959 maintain American leadership in artificial intelligence. Khazarian assets confiscated among the top 3 executive orders Many DS assets were confiscated and DS agents reversed. Thirteen 818, 13 848, and 13 959. The Space Force has everything under control. DS will be used up quickly. All DS gold has already been confiscated. Parenthesis, Vatican, etc. Parenthesis. Wall Street, Washington, D.C., Vatican, and City of London, all DEAD. Operation Defend Europe. This started March 17, 2020, and takes over the Vatican. It's the mafia, and it's seizing all of the Rothschilds' central banks. Brexit has served the Vatican's ropes and stripped the royals of all assets. We're going to Tesla and metals instead of oil and gas. The Big G, Global Economic Security and Reform Act, it should be implemented 10/11. It should have been implemented 10/11/2001. Stopped by the Khazarian false flag event on 9/11. Elimination of the national debt of all nations of the world. No taxes, only a fixed sales tax of around 15% on all new goods. Waiving of mortgages and other bank departments due to illegal government activities back to the constitutional law. Get rid of the corrupt law of the sea. Newly elected leaders only 10% of current governments. World peace for 1,000 years. Eliminate all current and future nuclear weapons on the planet. Gold standard. Introduction of new hidden technologies. 6,000 Tesla patents, free energy. Build and rebuild in all countries at 1950 prices. The power back to we the people. Global distribution of wealth. Ordained project World EBS emergency broadcast system. Follow White Rabbit, White Rabbit, White Rabbit. I think that's it, except for the reading of Judy, which it should be. We're at 58 minutes. I'm hoping this is it. We may not, I was going to say we may not do Judy because I'm having trouble with my phone again. It's freezing on me. Restored Republic. Oh, this is the playing part. Did I miss the other? Here it is. I remember Ron said he got that late. August 12th, Restored Republic, Judy Bidington. Trust the plan, EBS imminent. World War III false flag incoming. Don't be shocked when it happens overnight. On Sunday, 11th August 2024, Hezbollah, Hezbollah, attacked northern Israel. The enormity of what's coming will shock the world. Pray. Michael Jackson on Telegram, Sunday, 11th August 2024. The rest of the year will be traumatic, but for those already awake, it will be a relief. It's only wise to have at least a month's supply of food, water, cash, medicine, and essential items on hand for you and your family to share with others in case of emergency. Every 2 years, the world gathers in celebration of sports to witness world-class athletes compete in the Olympic Games. While the medal count is interesting to follow, what really grabs the heart are the personal stories of the athletes, their hard work, persistence, dedication, and teamwork. Everyone, it seems, faced challenges that could have tempered them to give up or give in, but they discovered, as we all must, that the key to winning life is to keep going. A lot about the Olympics. 5 months before the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, issued an executive order that would have given American currency back to the people by printing money based on silver standard, taking away the power of the Federal Reserve banking cartel. Many argue this was the reason for why he was supposedly taken out. I'm not going to read that. A lot of it about that, and I don't believe it's true. The Brunson case versus Adams case simply states that this is obvious. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to end it with a short prayer, and thanks for everybody for showing up. But I don't know if he's on yet. I'm assuming maybe yes, but that being said, dear Lord, as we come to the end of tonight's show, thank you for bringing so many amazing family members and friends here tonight to join in with us. Thank you for allowing me to speak to these people along with Ron and to us work as a family to make your world into what you want, and that's heaven on earth. Lord, please look after all of us, but most importantly, Lord, look after the children, 100% of the children. As I talk to you and pray to you each and every day, Lord, through my Savior, your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. Good night, everyone.
Margaret just sent a message
Okay.
that, and probably the link to get